I'm Justin. I wrote and directed this short comedy called Nature RX. Here it is.
Hi. Are you feeling tired, irritable, stressed out? Well, you might consider nature.
From the people that brought you Getting Outside comes prescription strength Nature, a non-harmful medication shown to relieve the crippling symptoms of modern life.
Nature's recommended for humans of all ages, and it's great for pets too.
Nature can reduce cynicism, meaninglessness, anal retentiveness, and murderous rage. In clinical studies, Nature is proven to decrease work-induced catatonia.
Caution, nature may cause you to slow down, quit your job, or seriously consider what the you're doing with your life.
Do you have trouble being even mildly uncomfortable? Nature may not be right for you. Side effects may include spontaneous euphoria, taking yourself less seriously, and being in a good mood for no apparent reason.
So ask your doctor if nature is right for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy to say Nature RX has gone viral. It has over 25 million views through various formats on Facebook and YouTube. Its success is amazing. But I think we're just getting started, because I'm inspired by this idea. Does nature have a marketing problem? Polar bears, ice caps, mass extinctions, none of it seems to be waking us up fast enough to the problems that both humans and nature face. I'm a filmmaker, but I also have a master's degree in contemplative psychotherapy, which basically means I'm a type A Buddhist. I see I'm not alone here. So I became interested in this idea. What's going on in our minds when we talk about nature or climate change? And this is what I uncovered. This is your brain, normal-looking brain. And this is your brain on climate change. And whether you believe in global warming or not, this is probably what happens to all of us when we hear those words, because it's big, it's scary, and it's challenging. And that's what we hear so often. Climate change is hard. Making these changes will be so hard. But there's a psychological bias going on here. There's a tendency to think with very big problems that we need equally big solutions. But what if one of the simplest solutions was right there in front of us? What if nature just needed a new marketing campaign? What if we could create simple and relatable messages about nature that communicate value, like advertisements do? What if we could make nature more sexy, fun, and appealing? An explosion of research in the last 10 years has shown the incredible benefits of nature in getting outside for us humans. It boosts our immune system, it speeds up healing. Getting outside is great, both for our physical and mental well-being. Getting outside increases positive moods, so vital for living, like happiness and gratitude. And with our climate crisis, there's compelling research that shows time outdoors leads to more sustainable thinking and less consumption. Getting outside also vastly improves your sex life. Want to have more mind-blowing sex? Try nature. Social science and market research shows that humans are more motivated by something with intrinsic value, something we see as an immediate and obvious gain. Humans are less likely to get action-oriented around something that feels like a loss. And unfortunately, that's how so many of these issues around sustainability and climate change, how they're framed. We talk about what we might be losing and not about what we could be gaining. So what's intrinsic value? Well, who has kids out there? You know, parents know. Parents know they instinctively and naturally sacrifice a ton of things for their kids. The same can be shown with sexuality, and advertisers have known this for years. Sex sells because it's one of those experiences we naturally put value in. We don't think about it, we just know we like it. And advertisers use things like sex, like nature, or our natural love for our children to help sell their products. They use things with intrinsic value. The truth is, there's not much evidence that buying their products will improve your sex life, but there is strong evidence that getting outside will. So ask your partner if nature's right for 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever you're into. Just remember to enjoy nature responsibly. There's this incredible benefit we get from nature in the outdoors, and by any measure, we're spending more and more time indoors, which the medical research shows is having a huge impact upon our bodies and minds, especially with kids. Today, prison inmates and chickens spend more time outdoors. than the average American kid. That's because it's true. That's because we have laws and regulations which find it inhumane and unhealthy for free-range chickens and general prisoners to be inside so much, while kids on average spend 7.5 hours a day in front of screens. 7.5 hours a day. I think this is the heart of our climate crisis, the way we take nature and our bodies for granted. It's interesting to me, maybe you've heard, did you know the most popular desktop images for our computers are overwhelmingly beautiful images in nature? In England, they now have bird songs playing in gas station bathrooms. And get this, they found customer satisfaction has gone up by 50%. We all know how unappealing gas station bathrooms are, and a little bit of nature totally changes the experience. Just imagine what more nature could do in our schools, what more nature could do in our cities. I think we have a great opportunity to reconnect humans to the true value of nature, to get people thinking about nature in ways that offer solutions to their lives and the issue of climate change at the same time. And this is what brands do so well. They speak to both the personal and universal value of something. There's actually a fascinating culture of people who do this kind of thing all the time. They constantly rebrand and repurpose all kinds of things that were taken for granted. You've probably heard of them. They're called hipsters. No matter what we think about branding or advertising, or even hipsters for that matter, we cannot overlook how effective advertising is. I mean, these people convince us to buy stuff we don't need every day, so it's pretty powerful. I'm going to give you the secret sauce, the 4 basic ingredients ads use to harness the power of our minds. 1, they create personal and relatable messages, ideas that instantly connect to our lives. 2, ads introduce ideas in novel and unexpected ways to capture our interest and empower us to try something new. This is where humor becomes really powerful, because humor is all about creating fun, surprising, new ways of looking at something, novel and empowering. 3, ads invite us to join the party or movement. We all have a need to feel connected, to belong. Ads create a place where we want to be part of something that's already happening, something we don't want to miss out on. 4, ads emphasize value. This is value right here. Ads emphasize the value they connect with the instincts and emotions that drive us, the feelings and experiences we all want in life. With these 4 ingredients, watching commercials becomes way more entertaining, especially drug commercials. Do you know how many drug commercials take place outdoors? A lot of them. You probably know what I'm talking about. The Cialis commercial with the couple in the 2 bathtubs outside. Why are they outside? Brands know the true value we have for nature. Of course, they associate the happiness, freedom, and connection we get from nature with their products. So I think it's easy, not hard. It's easy to harness the power of our minds when it comes to nature. And with our climate crisis, we have a great opportunity to change the story about humans and nature. We're at Wisdom 2.0, with enough amazing and talented people in this room to change the world. We're in a creator society where we can create our own marketing campaigns for the things that we really have value in. And this, when HRX got started, it was just 4 inspired friends who went into the woods and had a great time making a comedy. There are literally countless stories out there. And this is by no means a new idea. In fact, the human connection in nature is the oldest story we've ever told. From cave paintings to Star Wars, getting outside, reconnecting to nature is the original hero's journey. It's where you leave your everyday world of mechanical autopilot mode and you rediscover who you really are. And you don't even need a fancy Yoda backpack to do this. You don't. Out there, each of you naturally has a story inside of you. Each of you has your own unique connection to nature, just waiting to be discovered and shared with the rest of us. But don't take my word for it. Ask your doctor if nature's right for you.
I know you're busy, but don't fool yourself. You need nature.
Side effects may include getting off your ass, a genuine care for yourself, other people, and the world we live in, being more pleasant to be around, confidence, authenticity, and honesty.
Ask your doctor if nature's right for you.
Nature is inexpensive, easily accessible, and available to you now.
Thank you. Discover yourself Discover yourself where nature intuitively and instinctually wants to show up more in your life. In gardening and divesting from oil, in the things you consume or eat. We can create fun, personal, empowering messages about the true value we have for nature in ways that arouse our courage and motivate us for the journey ahead, something we don't want to miss out on. Ladies and gentlemen, may the forest be with you. I'm Justin. I wrote and directed this short comedy called Nature RX. Here it is.
Hi. Are you feeling tired, irritable, stressed out?
Taking yourself less seriously and being in a good mood for no apparent reason.
So ask your doctor if nature is right for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy to say Nature RX has gone viral. It has over 20.
You might consider nature.
From the people that brought you Getting Outside comes prescription strength Nature, a non-harmful medication shown to relieve the crippling symptoms of modern life.
Nature's recommended for humans of all ages, and it's great for pets too.
Nature can reduce cynicism, meaninglessness, anal retentiveness, and murderous rage. In clinical studies, Nature is proven to decrease work-induced catatonia.
Caution, nature may cause you to slow down, quit your job, or seriously consider what the you're doing with your life.
Do you have trouble being even mildly uncomfortable? Nature may not be right for you. Side effects may include spontaneous euphoria.
5 million views through various formats on Facebook and YouTube. Its success is amazing. But I think we're just getting started because I'm inspired by this idea. Does nature have a marketing problem? Polar bears, ice caps, mass extinctions, none of it seems to be waking us up fast enough to the problems that both humans and